Megsy baby. She twerks that way with the
yeah.
Megsy baby shimmy.
Yeah. She does the grab.
Hello,
Hi.
my royal lovelies, or should I say our royal lovelies. Welcome back. This is the Elliot April Show podcast, Royal Edition.
Oh yes. We're very royal, darling.
We are very royal. We'll do the royal way. What is?
Do they do that way, or do they?
No. Well, sort of the Queen Mother sort of almost invented it. It's so that they're not frantically waving like this. Because imagine you've got a whole crowd of people, and you're there like this. You get army.
Oh yeah.
And imagine your bingo wings
they'd flap.
So
they'd knock off for the royal guards.
It's easier. They sort of like point the fingers together, and then sort of it's this sort of movement of recognizing people. There we go. So you can all practice your royal ways.
Yeah, we will be practicing.
Never a double.
Never a double.
Never double dip.
Not for one side and one the other.
No, I've never seen that. I've never seen Camilla going woo, like windmilling.
Unless she's like, oh, come on, Ralph. Up.
No, I've never seen that. So it's normally just one. We should say what tiaras we're wearing today. So, you are wearing, if you didn't know, it's the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara.
Ooh.
So it was made for Queen Elizabeth, and it was a gift from the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland. Wow. Where are these Girls of Great Britain and Ireland, and why are they not gifting us tiaras?
Exactly. We need our own tiaras.
We do. And I am wearing the Cambridge Lovers Knot tiara, formerly worn by Princess Diana, now worn, of course, by Catherine.
Oh, yes.
So we have very royal... Actually...
They're quite heavy.
I told a lie. This wasn't made for Queen Elizabeth. It was made for Queen Mary.
Oh, it's called me Mary.
Because Queen Elizabeth referred to it as Granny's tiara.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, and it was one of her favorite. It was one of her favorite tiaras because it was easy to wear. It's more lightweight. It looks quite substantial.
It's quite heavy. It's just fairly heavy.
Yeah, I mean, even the replicas are quite substantial in terms
replicas, darling. Replicas. I thought I was wearing the replica, darling.
You know, I do have them on long-term loan from Charles and Camilla.
Yeah, we just snuck into the royal vault.
Oh, I'd love that. I'd love to have a rummage in the royal jewels. Ooh. I'd love them all spread out on a big table.
Yeah, I wonder what they got in the bottom drawers.
Oh, well, then. Wonder what Camilla's got in her bottom drawer.
Oh, I can imagine. Packet of fags, lighter,
whip,
bottle of handcuffs,
whip. Yeah. She's been to love, honey.
Bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
Royal Dutchy whiskey. Royal Dutchy risky.
Whiskey. I bet she's there with her top glass. Whiskey being poured side of the bed.
Shot it at the bottle.
Oh. Glug glug. Yeah. Oh, I do love Camilla though. What do you think of Camilla? I love her.
I like her because I can take the mickey out of her.
I don't think she takes herself seriously. I think she's very grounded.
She's And
I don't think she ever actually wanted to be queen. I don't think she ever had that aspiration.
But what annoys me sometimes is that obviously before the Queen died, bless her, she stated that Camilla would be Queen Consort.
Yes.
But the consort bit seems to have been dropped now. And I think that's a little bit...
I can answer that one because every queen that's married to a king that's the sovereign is a queen consort. So
right, okay.
The Queen Mother, she was, when she was married to the Queen's father, she was a queen consort.
Right.
Queen Mary married George V. She was a queen consort. So they're all queen consorts, and Queen Camilla is still a queen consort because she's not the queen.
But they don't refer to her as they always
say
the queen.
They did initially during that sort of transition period.
Yeah.
And then it was dropped because we didn't refer to the Queen Mother as, Queen Consort, or Queen Mary wasn't Queen Consort, or Queen Adelaide wasn't. She was just known as Queen Adelaide or Queen Elizabeth. So that's what that is for.
Oh,
so she is still a queen consort, but she's not. It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? It's a bit more easy to say Queen Camilla.
Yeah.
Queenie C.
Queen, yeah.
But
Queen
of course,
Quincy.
But she's only a queen by virtue of being married to a king, which is different to Queen Elizabeth when she was the Queen.
The Queen, yeah.
It's very different. But yes, they have sort of quietly dropped that really, because it's a bit of a mouthful.
It is. I might move my mic up a little bit.
Oh yeah, have a bit of a play. There we go. So one thing I wanted to know was I remember where I was when Queen Elizabeth passed away. I think it's a good point to start in our sort of royal exploration journey.
Yeah.
You think you were at work?
I think I was at work, yeah. Yeah, I was at work.
I was in Key West.
As you do.
I'd gone on holiday. It was the first abroad holiday I'd had in about 20 years.
Wow.
It's been a long time coming. And then she passes away.
So it's your fault.
Pretty much.
You
yeah,
I
think I did. It was like the second day of the cruise, and she passed away. And of course, I was away, and I was trying to cover everything from the ship. It's a good job it had good Wi-Fi.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So anyway, that's where I was. I came back on board the ship from Key West, and then all the news alerts came, and I found out that she'd sadly passed away. And it was like,
I know. I mean, I know she was getting like really old and everything. Yeah. But I think we all took it for granted because she's been in our lives, all of our lives, for all of our life.
We don't remember anyone else.
We take it for we took it for granted that she was always going to be there.
Yeah. Even when we knew that she wasn't, like
we knew she was going a little bit frail, and
but we didn't expect it. I didn't expect it at that moment.
No,
I knew it was coming.
Yeah,
you know, probably within the next couple of years, but I didn't think it was
going to be so soon.
No, because they'd said that she'd gone into hospital. Was it about 6 months prior to that?
Yeah.
She had a night in hospital. They didn't say for what.
No, they didn't say why.
But it's transpired that there was a few multiple health conditions. So we don't actually know what they were. And I know some people online have said that they've heard it was bone cancer. One of the conditions was bone cancer, but I'm not so sure because when I looked into it, it all came from one particular source that is said to have been from the palace. Yeah. So a couple of people online have had it from, well, I'll say Lady Colin Campbell. Do you follow Lady Colin
like Lady Colin Campbell.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like
Lady Colin Campbell. She says it how it is.
She does.
And she doesn't like that Meghan Markle.
She doesn't like, we'll talk about her in a minute. Meghan, not Lady C.
Yeah.
So Lady C says that she heard it was bone cancer, and Giles Brandwidth, you know Giles?
Oh yes, Giles with the jumpers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He heard it, and I think they both had it from the same palace source, they say, but nothing has ever been confirmed. So although that's sort of mooted out there, we don't actually know. So just to clear up any confusion, nothing has been confirmed, but I'm hoping that we'll get the full story when the official biography comes out.
Oh, when will that be?
We don't know. They've got to commit. I think they have commissioned someone to do it, but it takes a long time. It took about 5-6 years for the Queen Mother's biography official to come out.
Okay.
And they do have access to extra papers and interviews of staff and family. So hopefully we will eventually get the full picture.
Yeah, I'd like to read that.
Yeah, I would. But the William Shawcross Queen Mother book is like that thick. It's like small writing with thin pages.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
like, so imagine what the Queen's is going to be like.
Oh, it could be like that.
And the Queen, apparently, she kept a daily diary. Not like a full diary like Queen Victoria did. Yeah,
snips.
Yeah, she sort of wrote things down. So I imagine they'll go through all of that. So that will be a good read when it's eventually out.
Yeah.
The Crown finished. Did you watch The Crown?
I've seen some of it, but I haven't seen
the whole thing.
Well,
it's finished. And I'm sad it's finished because it's sort of left at a point where I would love them to carry on with the whole what's going on now.
You sort of get into it and you want to know, you know, the end part, but you don't want to get there because then you know you've got it's finished then.
And of course, if The Crown sort of went into the whole Harry and Meghan thing and everything that's going on now, we're looking at it very much through what's going on now rather than a historical point, because you learn more the longer you leave it because more things come out. Yeah. Like, for example, Martin Bashir with the Diana interview.
Oh, he was a big snake. I have to hold my pinky up while I'm having me.
He disgusting what he did. He gaslit Diana into a frenzy.
He was awful.
Yeah. No, he should never make anything ever again.
No.
So Diana went into that interview gaslit.
Yeah.
completely.
All innocent and all, and she was just totally set up, wasn't she?
And we only found that out a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So, now history is kind of rewriting itself the more that truth comes out.
Yes.
And I think more truth will come out about Harry and Meghan as well.
Oh, yes. About all this, about she didn't give birth to them kids.
Oh, what do you think?
And
what do you think? Are the kids real? Are the kids real?
Got a child. She's got a child from a previous relationship. I'm like,
well, I know it's very controversial because I want to know, do you think the children are real?
Well, I would have to say yes, from a point of view of the royals aren't that stupid. Harry's not that stupid, is he?
Well, he married her.
Wow.
He married her.
Well, ooh, what can I say? I was his granny, I'd be that slap his legs for him.
What he did to the
slap
Queen
his legs.
while she was passing away.
And
disgusting.
All of that when Prince Philip was ill and he was dying.
That was Oprah. That was all the Oprah stuff. They went into that recording knowing that he was in hospital. Yeah. We, the public, didn't know that he was dying, but Harry knew. Harry knew, and they still carried on whilst he was. That was disgusting. And then the whole Oprah thing, and then the Netflix document, and the book. Yeah. Whilst the Queen was ill.
Disgusting.
And that was a turning point for me. But up till then, I was like, okay, they've left, blah, blah, blah. It's their choice, whatever.
But they keep saying, oh, we want our privacy. But what are they doing? Lauding it, putting it on telly, going here, complaining about this, going to court for that, throwing it in their faces. It's like, well, do you know what? Just go there, stay there. We don't want to know.
If they'd have just quietly left, because nobody wanted them to stay here if they didn't want to be here. Yeah. We're not holding a gun to the head, are we?
And she couldn't, and it's because she couldn't do what she wanted to do.
I think she was put out. She didn't want to be second fiddle to Catherine.
No.
That was a big thing for her. Because she's used to not having any limits, being able to say whatever, do whatever she wants, not have to justify her spending.
Yeah.
And also, I think she thought Harry had more money than what he's actually got.
Yeah. Bit skinned.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say he's skinned. He's got millions. He's got millions. I mean, obviously Diana left him a lot of money. But not.
I think they can only get so much at a time, can't they?
It wasn't mega millions that he got. I mean, she got her own money a bit.
She don't want to spend hers.
No, well,
she wants to spend his instead.
I think that the ka-ching signs went on when she was in. Because remember, she met Piers Morgan.
Yeah,
that's when they had a bit of a spat just before she met Harry.
Yeah, because she wants him taken off TV or something. She's got a beef with him as well. Hasn't
she put her big claws in and got him basically kicked off. Good Morning Britain. Well, not kicked off. He walked off and then he got sacked, didn't he?
Yeah.
But that was all Meghan's doing. She doesn't. She can dish it, but she can't take it.
Exactly.
And I think when she met Piers Morgan originally, she met Harry the next day, and then she went radio silence. She completely blanked.
Yeah.
Piers, and that's how they had their little bit of a spat. But I think she thought he'd got a mega money. I think she probably thought that she'd live in her own castle.
Yeah, and she wanted to be a princess.
Oh, yeah.
Not a duchess.
No.
Princess.
Well, I mean, technically she's the Princess Henry. Because you go by his name.
She's a princess or something.
She's the Princess of Hogwash.
Oh. Balderdash.
But no, I think, and then of course she has to justify the spending. Then she was sort of, the house was Frogmore Cottage. What I think she wanted, the big Frogmore house that's next to it. If you see
she didn't want the shed.
It was like 5 cottages that had been staff cottages that were then had millions spent on them to put them all together. But I think she had her eyes on something much bigger. Did you know that they turned down the, I say apartment, it's a big, massive mansion right next to William and Catherine.
Yes.
So at Kensington Palace.
Yeah.
They turned that down because it was occupied by the Gloucesters, but they agreed to move out for Harry and Meghan because it was too big.
Yeah.
And
because it's just them.
And the Gloucesters still have. They did continue to move out. They're still at Kensington Palace, but in a much smaller accommodation. So that big massive mansion,
with the emergency cords, because they're getting a bit on, you know what I mean?
They did. They downsized. They recognised that it was too big for them. Their family had grown up and moved on, and I'd
like that, nice little cottage.
Oh yeah, me too.
On the royal grounds.
It wouldn't bother me. But so this big massive mansion next to William and Catherine, empty, offered to Harry and Meghan. They turned it down, as it transpired, because they were having frictions, weren't they, behind the scenes? So, and then they chose Frogmore to be further away, and then spent all that money on it at taxpayers' expense, which is fine as long as they're working for it. But then when they pulled back
and said, "We're not working,"
no, so I think it was right that they paid it back.
I'm royal; I can't be working.
Well, the thing with Meghan is she's not afraid of working if there's something in it for her.
Yes,
she's not so fond of grafting. She's good at grifting, but she's not so good at grafting if there's nothing in it for her.
She's good at grabbing on.
She wanted paying. I'm convinced she wanted like a proper wage for doing royal work, and it's about service and duty. And so I'm not a big fan, because
it does. I mean, them two. It does ring a similarity with Edward and Mrs. Simpson.
Oh, absolutely.
It sort of runs almost parallel, doesn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you couldn't have said it better. She even looks a bit like her, doesn't she?
She does.
The way she has her hair and sort of clings on to Harry. Have you seen the claw? The claw, it's all like she's always hanging onto his arm. She won't let him go, stands in front of him.
Don't talk to anyone else.
No.
Just talk to me.
Speaks in, she's the one with the microphone. Did you see it on the Columbia?
No, I didn't. I've seen the news thing, the clip.
Yeah.
I say the clips, not the video clips, like the photos and that.
What did you think?
Which is very, I thought no. Because it made me laugh. There's one, they're watching, was it a Colombian dance or something? And he's sort of like, she's there and this interpreter there, and he's like that.
Yeah.
As if to say,
did you see his face? See his face? How miserable he's been on that.
And he kept looking back. It was like, whatever.
He did. I don't think he really wanted to be there.
No.
I think they want to carry on doing like royal things, like royal tours and interviews and blah, blah, blah. But the problem is they're not working royals anymore. So it just looks silly.
Yes.
It looks like, they're dressing up and
pretending.
They are pretending.
Whereas, however, we are the original royals, darling.
We are. I think these tiaras suit us really well.
Oh, they do. It's very
heavy.
I think
it looks good on you, actually.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, darling. Well, I've got to go shopping later, so I may just whip around with the trolley.
Just something casual to go to the shops in.
Yeah, just something,
Do you know, I hope Meghan didn't get to keep the wedding tiara.
I don't think they are able to keep them.
Well, they have them
go back in the royal vault,
them on long-term loan. So, like Catherine's got a few tiaras now, like this one, on long-term loan.
Yeah.
And of course, did you see Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh? She borrowed one of Catherine's that was on long-term loan to Catherine. So I think they do sort of go back to the vaults for safekeeping, but they normally sort of keep one or two that they regularly wear.
I don't think she would have been allowed. I don't think the Queen would have allowed her to let that leave the country.
It would not have been. It would not have left the country.
Wouldn't have happened.
I think she would have had full use of it, perhaps for any state banquets. But Meghan never went to it. Remember, she turned down Trump.
Yeah.
So when Trump came, she didn't go to that. I mean, she was pregnant.
Maybe Meghan eats with her mouth open. That's why she didn't go to the banquet. Yeah.
When she's feeding from the royal trough.
Oh, Harry, chew that for me. Chew my steak.
Do you think he is under the thumb?
Oh, absolutely. I think. Obviously, he went into it, fell in love, thought this is perfect, dilly-da and all that. But as time's gone on, I think little things have just sort of seeded into his brain, and it's all sort of adding up a little bit, but he's in too far now.
He's in too deep.
And then he'll be thinking about his kids. I say his kids, as far as
We think.
Yeah. And so if he did divorce her or leave her, he'd obviously want to come back to England. Even though there's debate of them children, because they're of royal blood, belong to the British state.
I mean, technically, there's an old law that says that
they might end up staying there, and she'll be even more of a K-bag. She is.
Yeah. Well, like I said, there is a very old royal law that I think is still in existence that says that if you are a grandchild of a sovereign, the sovereign technically has custody of you.
That's it.
But the sovereign has never implemented any of this. So I was actually I stay up late at night thinking about these things. I was thinking, if Harry was to have an exit strategy, what could it actually be? Because the hinge point is he'd have to get the kids out of the country, out of America.
Yeah.
Because the kids are, they are British and they are American. The best thing for him to do, if he suddenly came to his senses, not that we'd want him back anyway. Well,
if he came back, he'd just have to go live in Frogmore Cottage and just stay there.
And give a massive grovelling apology.
Oh,
grovelling.
Years.
But no, I don't think the public are quite ready for that at the moment. There's no appetite for it. No. But I think he'd have to book a flight for him and the kids.
Yeah.
Don't tell Meghan.
Yeah.
Get the kids and take them back to a country that they are a citizen of. So I'm not talking child snatching, because technically,
even if he goes to Scotland or something.
Well, technically, it would be a father taking his kids to their home country.
Yes.
So it wouldn't be illegal. But then once they're on British territory, Meghan then would have to start legal processes to get access, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
So that's the best thing that he could do, would be to get the kids, book tickets and get his bottom over here as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to come.
Is that going to be different? Because like Archie was born over here, Lilibet was born in America.
I believe they've still got dual nationality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that was a little bit cheeky of them calling the daughter Lilibet.
Oh, yeah.
The Queen. They did all that. The Oprah, he knew he was doing the book, all this, gobbing off about this, that and the other, and the royals are horrible to him, and blah, blah, blah. And then they go and say, oh, we'll just call it after,
Well, the story goes, because there's conflicting information, but the story goes that he phoned or did a video chat with the Queen to ask permission, but he kind of didn't. He sort of forced it on her. He left her with no choice.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we're calling her that anyway.
Yeah.
Just letting you know.
And they'd already registered the website of her name, because before all this phone call was supposed to have happened, they'd already registered lilibetwhatever.com or whatever it was. Lilibet Sussex or whatever. So yeah, they hadn't asked, they had decided, and then they sort of informed the Queen, and the Queen just said yes, because I think at that point in her life, she didn't want to make a big fuss of something like that.
And she probably got other things, and she wasn't well, and...
No. So I think they railroaded her and sort of sidetracked her into something, which again is horrible.
And it would have been, and I would put money on it, Meghan's idea to call her that. To try and do a little bit of,
whosever idea it was, they wanted to trade off the royal connections, didn't they? And because they think it'll sell in America. And to a certain extent, it does. Yeah. I mean, Spare, I think, earned about $20 million, but for the wrong reasons, because I think it just goes to show...
They'd have spent it by now.
She spent it on dresses that look like carpets. Did you see a carpet dress in Colombia? Or did you see her sweat marks?
No.
Oh, she was sweating.
Oh.
Like something rotten. Now, I mean, everyone sweats. I sweat. I'm a sweaty person. But you take steps to sort of negate it a bit.
Take a little wet wipe with you.
There are pads you can pop in. There's antiperspirants you can have underarm Botox. There's so much stuff you can do.
Yeah.
And she was like a dripping wet mess.
Oh.
Honestly.
Mucky.
Oh.
Mucky
and then she
Meghan.
had her all... Mucky Meg. Mucky Meg.
Mucky Megs.
She had her hands all over him.
Oh, sweating. No, you know why she got her hands up? If they're sweating.
Oh, she was wiping. And then she got up from she was doing like a panel interview thing. She got up and moved a fan on her. And then everyone was like, cheering her. And
she moved a fan, yeah.
Oh.
I bit my lip.
Oh, no. Oh, I hate it when I do that. I wish Meghan would bite her lip.
Oh.
And keep it shut.
Keep it right shut.
Keep it really shut.
Keep it proper shut, yeah.
So what else went on with Colombia? Well, they're back now. Do you think they'll do another royal tour?
Oh, they will, because they want the money, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, they've all gone bust. Is that American Orchard Riviera?
American Riviera
bust?
Orchard.
Oh,
it's not even launched. It's not even come to anything.
Oh, she was doing strawberry jam with lemons.
That was the basket. Yeah, so she. I've got a theory about the jam.
Oh,
I think, because it's like a homemade batch, I think she picked all the strawberries. Or she sent Harry out to like Walmart or something.
Get out there.
Buy me some strawberries.
Get me some strawberries.
Then I think she brought them all in. She got
make my jam.
I think she got Archie and Lily's paddling pool. I think she put them in the paddling pool.
The kids.
They all got in and squished.
Yeah.
With their
and
squished everything. And then she scraped it out and put it in the pan and with all the sugar and made the jam.
Yeah. Sent it off to
all of
different celebrity friends.
Famous friends.
That didn't really like it anyway.
Oh, I bet it tasted minging with toe juice in it. It's disgusting. Honestly. See all the labels peeling off the jars. And
I don't think the labels were stuck on properly.
No, she used Pritt stick.
Did she?
A bit of blue tack. And then she wrote number 2 of 50 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Oh, give it a rest. Give it a rest. And then, so we've heard nothing more about jam. Then there was that she was going to do she made dog biscuits.
Dog biscuits, yeah. I bet the kids tested them as well.
Well, it's
they're like, here, try that biscuit. Mummy's just made this biscuit. There you go, that's your tea.
Harry's bedtime snack.
Yeah. Don't worry.
And then...
Ooh, I've wobbled.
Oh, have you heard about the Netflix cooking show?
No.
So she's recorded a Netflix cooking show. So Netflix is trying to recoup their losses, aren't they? So I reckon next year...
Was it 20 million or
something?
Something crazy.
We don't know what they were paid.
Ridiculous.
But I think it's damage limitation from Netflix's part. So there's supposed to be something coming out next year, a cooking series, which is why we've got the American Riviera Orchard. But Netflix have taken control of it because they know that Harry and Meghan couldn't even produce a bowl of cornflakes.
Wow.
Basically, never mind produce TV shows.
No.
So they're producing it, and we reckon she's going to turn it into like QVC. So she's going to make the jam on the show and then try and sell the jam or the dog biscuits or the
it'll
wine.
Go off before anybody buys it.
And so it's like a big marketing ploy. But I think it's going to flop.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Do you know what? I think you should send her your cucumbers.
Oh, I should. She needs one of my cucumbers.
Yeah, she can do cucumber jam.
She can shove it where she wants.
Yeah.
I know where she can have one cucumber or Pete's not straw. One in every gob. One in every orifice. She looked like a porcupine.
Yeah, get that, don't you, Meghan?
Oh, she needs a cucumber in her gob, I tell you.
I tell you, she does.
So, American Riviera auctioned. Oh, did you see the video the promotional video she made where she was stirring the...
No, I saw the photos of it.
Stirring it. She's trying to be like Mary Berry or Martha Stewart or one of those types.
Yeah, or Fanny Craddock.
Oh.
Fanny Craddock.
She is a Fanny, I tell you.
Yeah.
So, I think we're going to be subjected to American Riviera Orchard in sometime next year. But my prediction is that 2024 is the year of them trying to set themselves up for success.
Yeah.
I think which is going to be a complete disaster. I think 2025 is going to be the year where everything flops.
Where they split up and he comes back.
No, I think they'll.
Do you think he's just gonna? Well, he's made his bed now,
I think he's in it until the kids are grown up. Yeah. Personally, unless he's got the balls to grab the kids and run.
Yeah.
Or leave the kids and not have as much contact because she would be awful.
I think she's just ground him down.
Oh yeah,
ground him down to a point now where he's not going to say anything and. Because she's winding him up all the time, playing the "Oh Harry" and all that.
That's probably his house. Well, Harry.
Oh, Harry.
No, I reckon she's always more like Harry. come here, Harry.
Can't do that because caravan cough.
Harry, come over here. And then on camera, she's like, hello.
Hello, yes.
Got a monster voice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I bet she's a right beast.
So I think 2026 is the year where everything's going to implode. And I think they'll be dropped by Netflix. I think damage limitation, that they'll have recouped whatever they possibly can.
And I think they'll move house because they can't afford that big place.
Well, somewhere in Montecito, isn't it?
Yeah.
They need jobs in McDonald's.
They do.
They do. I reckon she could dress up as the Hamburglar. The Hamburglar.
Oh, the Hamburglar. Yeah.
And he could be models.
Like, yes. Oh, yes, he's got the hair.
He's got the hair. His hair's going. Did you see?
Bless him.
Yeah, but did you see how in Spare he wrote about how William's losing his hair and doesn't look like the person he remembers, and then he's gone and I've got nothing against bald men.
That's what I call karma.
Yeah, it is karma.
Yeah,
I've got nothing against bald men. No. I've got nothing against Harry going bald or William being bald, but don't make a joke of your brother when it's happening to you.
Exactly.
He should have kept complete.
Yeah.
He's
just full of...
He's lost it.
She's filled his head full of shenanigans. Don't want to get thrown off.
He's had too much therapy as well.
Yeah, and also, she made out... Another little theory. She made out before she met him. She didn't know who he was... or the family. Well, I'm sorry. She's been living under a rock in the middle of the desert.
That was disproved anyway. That was disproved. Yeah. There's footage of her talking about it.
Yeah, and so I think she's researched, watched everything, anything about Diana.
Oh, yeah.
And thought, I'm going to play the Diana card. I'm going to be Diana reincarnated.
Yeah, but the problem is Diana was authentic. I think
she was. She was very naive.
She was very naive, and in some cases she was misguided.
Yeah, very.
But she genuinely cared about when she visited hospitals or shook hands with HIV patients or embraced children. You got a sense that it was genuine, it was real.
Yeah, genuine, caring, kind person.
With Meghan, it's the actress.
Everything's just, I mean, and you know, say what you like about her, she does act, and you know, it's hard to tell sometimes when someone is putting on an act or not, but most people can see straight through her when on this sort of a platform, when you're royal and it's completely transparent and it just doesn't transpire. So Diana, she is not.
Yeah, and there's footage of her being on a yacht with Prince Andrew years ago.
Oh, I've not seen that. Is there?
Did you?
I know. Well, I try and avoid lots about that. There was a period. There was a period where it was giving me mental stress, even looking at anything to do with Harry and Meghan. So that might be a little blind spot that I missed. Yeah. But like during the COVID years, I blanked them because I was just.
Because apparently, this is before she met Harry. Prince Edward was on a big yacht.
Oh, Edward.
Not Edward.
Andrew.
Sorry, Edward.
Oh, no, Edward's a good one.
They made a royal faux pas. Faux pas.
So it was
Andrew. Andrew. Yes. On a yacht with Andrew.
Oh.
She's denying it. And she wants to sue the papers or the whoever it is. I'm going to sue them all.
Oh, yeah.
If she sued everybody like that, there'd be nobody on the planet that she hasn't had to sue.
That is Harry's full-time occupation, suing people. I genuinely think that's what he does.
I think he needs to be Prince Sue. Not Prince Harry, Prince Sue.
Prince who?
Prince who? Who is she?
Well, he's just becoming more increasingly irrelevant.
Yeah.
And when they did the Colombia tour and when they visited Nigeria, the world's most dangerous places, it just looked silly.
And where are the kids?
Well, back with Nanny or Doria or someone.
Doria.
That's
Sounds like that That Nemo, Dory, in Nemo, Finding Nemo.
Well, she needs to find compassion, doesn't she? Because they talk about compassion.
Because she was, I mean, look how she's treated her dad.
Oh, they are the most uncompassionate people that you could ever meet.
Her half-sisters.
Mm. Well, I think Samantha Markle wouldn't have said everything that she said. I mean, really, Samantha's just sticking up for her father.
Absolutely,
of how they've been treated. So I can understand that. But if Meghan would have just been kind to her family, none of this would have happened. They made their own bed, and they are bewildered by when people bite back.
Yeah, I mean, it was like with their wedding.
Oh. What
Yeah.
did you think of the wedding?
Oh.
Well, she had no family there apart from her mother. There
Just
was
a mother.
nobody on her side.
Yeah.
At all.
She made out this big hoo-ha. Her dad's this, that, and the other, whatever. So Charles did Charles walk her down the aisle?
He stepped in. She made a performance of walking halfway down by herself, and then he stepped in. Yeah. So she had to make a bit of a performance, didn't she, of it all? She can't do anything without playing up to the cameras.
Yeah.
And then
they had that that black choir, and not the vicars, the priest.
Oh, minister.
Something like that.
I mean, to be fair, he was good.
He was good, but he did go on and on.
Did you see Zara's face laughing? Zara and Mike and the others.
I would have cracked up, to be fair.
It was.
I think even Camilla had a sneaky little giggle.
I think the way that preacher, that's it.
Preacher.
He was a good preacher. I think it was very American style.
Yeah.
We are not used to that in the UK. Our vicars and priests,
especially for a royal.
Yeah. Our vicars and priests are very demure, very courteous, very cutesy.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's not
hallelujah. Praise the Lord.
It's not
it wasn't that. Yeah. So we weren't used to it.
It was a different style.
Yeah.
And we were not used to it. So to our
it was very interesting.
It was very different. And I did quite like the amalgamation of the different cultures. But I wasn't ready for that. That was
I think it took everybody by surprise, really, didn't it?
What did you think? I'm gonna go back a little bit. What did you think of Meghan when she first came on the scene, before everything kicked off and before they started doing things that sort of made people go, what did you think of them?
I wasn't keen then.
Why didn't you? What was the?
Well,
was it a gut feeling?
And she was just like very smirky,
a bit sure of herself,
and a bit
overconfident.
And then obviously the clingy thing was going on then, but I could sort of understand that obviously she's a bit nervous and all that. But when they did their interview for their engagement, he struggled getting a word in.
Oh yeah, the actress learns her lines well. Is what I've got to say.
Yeah, and I think she created.
It's a C word. It begins with C. It's not that one.
No, that one.
Cringy.
She
is cringy.
When you put someone straight, corrected.
She corrected him.
Corrected him a few times. It was a bit, and I thought, this guy, he just wants to say how they fell in love and how it's going.
The emasculation started
what they're
early.
Looking forward to. What they're looking forward to, and she's there putting him, and it's like. I
mean, I remember I was doing this on YouTube about the royal family at that time, and I remember when it was first announced, I was like, "Who is she?" I mean, I literally I didn't have a clue who she was, so I had zero preconceptions. I'd never watched Suits.
Yeah, I hadn't.
No idea who she was. In fact, I didn't even know that she was biracial until it was brought up in the media a few days later when I read So I had no clue about anything. So I had no reason to dislike her.
Exactly. It was, everybody was open-minded.
Yeah. Everyone was quite welcoming. I remember everyone thought it was quite nice that there was someone different coming into the family.
To sort of freshen the royals up a little bit.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity. It was a bit of diversity coming in. Everyone was genuinely happy about
Put a bit
that.
more of a different culture into our royals to, you know.
I mean, they had a little bit of early bother with the press. I think he had to put out a statement because it might have been the Daily Mail said about, you know, the Compton headline straight out of Compton. Did you hear that? So there was a bit of.
I mean, they had that when William and Kate were dating. With Diana, they had all that. So
Fergie's had it.
Every
royal has had some sort of bad press at some point.
Yeah.
So then we sort of, you know, during the whole preparation for the wedding, we started having stories coming out about the bridesmaids' dresses and the tiaras.
And the tights.
And I didn't, at that time, I genuinely didn't know what to believe because was it the press making it up? Did they really have sources? All transpired that it was true. So Harry and Meghan started to poison the public and the press about themselves when they, for example, they were invited by the Queen to go to Balmoral. They turned Balmoral down and went on Elton John's private jet to his holiday home.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh, how dare they turn it down.
And then the press, quite rightly, sort of, you know, accused them of being...
because you don't turn the Queen down.
No, but also they preach about air miles and, like, you know, conserving travel, and then they're hopping in a private jet.
Yeah, and they're also... She owes... God knows how many millions, whatever, dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars for hiring a private jet that she used and she hasn't paid for.
Oh.
She still hasn't paid
for.
What,
not for the baby shower thing?
No. This is like months
I
ago.
haven't heard that one.
Yeah.
She got outstanding bills.
She has.
Oh, she needs to cough up, doesn't she?
She does.
Oh, do you know one thing that really does make me seething? Well, the fact that she's taken, I mean, it's, you know, Diana's jewellery collection.
Yes.
Obviously, it was split between the brothers. We don't know exactly how it was split.
Yeah.
We only know the pieces that we've seen emerge.
Yeah.
Now, she had that beautiful blue aquamarine cocktail ring of Diana's. Have you seen it? It's like a big square cocktail ring. I've got a replica upstairs. I should have brought it down, actually. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And Diana wore it in the last couple of years of her life.
Yeah.
And she's got it. And she's taken it over there. And I just think, I mean, at least, hopefully, that will go to Lilibet, Diana's grandchild.
Should I flog it? So, well, my Netflix isn't doing very well.
What I mean.
Nobody wants me rubbish jam. I'll just flog a few. Well, take it to that not porn stars. Porn.
You know what? I bet
that porn place.
Yeah.
It's been on American TV. Americans have it. They're big places where you pawn your jewellery.
Well, that would be atrocious. So I'm hoping if Harry
stuff.
does leave her, I hope he takes the jewels back.
Well, she's got one in her engagement ring, hasn't she? She's got some pieces out of Diana's in her engagement ring.
She's got 2 diamonds from Diana's collection. We don't know. I think they were possibly a pair of stud earrings, diamond studs.
Right.
And Harry had them made into a ring with a Botswana diamond that he bought over there. And then she had it all remodelled. The cheeky cow.
Cheeky cow.
I mean, how disrespectful is that?
Just so rude.
So she obviously didn't like the design that he originally chose.
Oh, I don't like that, Harry.
Oh, no.
Oh, Harry, I don't like it.
We need to alter it to her own exacting standards. Oh, it's terrible. I mean, how would you feel if someone bought you, you know, a 3-diamond ring? Oh, would you want to change it?
No.
If it was really hideous. But it wasn't.
Just keep a glove on my hand. Just keep a glove on. I just got that Reynard.
Harry's
just keep my glove on.
But Harry's design wasn't hideous.
No.
It was nice. It was a simple, classic design, and she obviously wanted something
ungrateful.
Ungrateful cow.
Ungrateful.
That's what she is. An ungrateful cow.
Ungrateful.
She is.
Yes.
Completely.
Absolutely.
What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, I was talking about how people perceived her in the country before it all kicked off. So I think genuinely...
I think everybody was a bit sceptical, but welcoming.
I think we all thought, how is it going to work? How is it going to transpire? But on the face of it, she had all the attributes that you kind of need to be a royal, performing, because when they're out on engagement, it is a level of performance.
Yeah, and I think probably another attraction or peace of mind for Harry, and that was that she was used to being in spotlight. She was used to group gatherings. She was used to being, you know, on TV, on camera, and all that.
She was an oven-ready royal.
So she got that. So she should have just used it in the right way to help with the...
But she didn't understand the whole ranking system. And,
no.
you know, the star...
Because she's a celebrity.
Well, the star in the centre of the royal universe is the sovereign. Everyone else orbits around the sovereign. Then it's the Prince of Wales and wife. And then there's a hierarchy.
Yeah. I mean, even the grandkids curtsy and not bend, curtsy and...
They do, in private.
To... you know, the Queen and the King. And
Meghan even said that she was surprised that actually happens in real life. And it does.
Because she nearly forgot. I think she nearly forgot to curtsy the once and somebody had to prompt her.
Oh, she's got a record of disrespect, shall we say.
Like, yes, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I just think she couldn't accept her place in it.
She thought she was better.
Yeah, and rather than looking at, for example, Princess Anne and Edward,
I love Princess Anne. I love Princess Anne.
I want to get a Princess Anne wig and stick it on. I want that sort of bouffant.
Oh, I do. I love Princess Anne. She works so hard. I mean, the others work hard, don't get me wrong, but Princess Anne works so hard. Yeah. She doesn't stop. She doesn't mince her words, which I love. I love that because I used to love Prince Philip.
Yeah.
Oh, he used to crack me up.
Yeah, he's funny.
But yeah, she is amazing, and I think she's a really good support for the King as well.
Yes, but you see, this is what I mean. If Meghan and Harry would have looked at Princess Anne and Edward, to a certain extent, Andrew, up to the point where he got cancelled. They had a supporting role that was really important, influential. They still had all the important jobs to do. They were still going on tours.
Yeah, they did.
They could have had that.
Yeah.
They weren't mistreated. They had, I mean, they were given Commonwealth roles. They were sent on foreign tours. They were touring up and down the country. They could, I mean, she could even do her Vogue magazine, whatever it was.
Vogue.
Now, what was it? Vogue? British Vogue? Yeah, she did British Vogue magazine.
Yeah.
So she was allowed a lot of freedom, but it wasn't enough, was it? Because she realised that she could never be the Princess of Wales. And she knew at some point it was coming where...
It's almost like a competition.
Yeah.
Where she wanted.
And she knew that William and Catherine were going to be ranked higher when they were... And,
I mean, all this about him being a spare and not, I'm not worthy and all. If you're, obviously, you're born into that. Your second son.
He knew.
I mean... There's less pressure to start off with.
More freedom.
And why make a big deal out of it now?
It doesn't matter.
When he's known all of his life, he should be supportive of his brother.
Yeah. And I think that's what Diana had in mind for them as well.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when the Queen was alive, he was the grandson of a sovereign. Now he is the son of a sovereign.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you shift in the line of succession because he's always going to go down. I don't know why that was some sort of mystery to him. I think when Prince George was born, that was a real shock.
Yeah.
Because I think he suddenly realised, I'm now not the spare.
I've been knocked down the ladder.
And I think being the spare was actually part of his identity.
Yeah, I think he was... clinging on to that, wasn't he?
I think he hated it.
That was his thing.
I think he hated it, but when it was taken away, it was like, hang on a minute.
No. Actually, I was the original spare. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it came as a massive shock.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have done.
No.
So rather than sort of thinking, actually, I'm going to be the uncle of the next sovereign. I'm going to be the brother of... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll
help them on their way.
I'm going to be the son of the king.
Yeah.
I can help. I can do...
I mean, Andrew and Edward haven't made a big kick-off about they're not going to be king.
No.
Well, Andrew's not fussed
anyway. I think Andrew probably felt that he should,
Yeah, he was, because as they were growing up, he was the Queen's favourite.
Yeah, it was sort of said.
Anne was Philip's.
Yeah.
Prince Philip's favourite.
Well, they're quite alike,
but they are very similar. Yeah. She's got more gumption than most.
But if the modern rules would have been in place back then, Anne would have been the spare.
Yeah.
because obviously she was supplanted in the line by Andrew.
Yeah.
So, like now, Princess Charlotte hasn't been kicked down the line by Prince Louis.
Yeah.
So technically, Princess Charlotte is going to be the spare of George.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I just hope. I think they're bringing up the kids to not have the same issues that Harry had. And this is what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's another sort of, 10, 15 years of them growing up. And I hope that, I think, fingers crossed, I think William and Catherine are doing a good job. And I think they are. I think they're bringing up well-adjusted, well-rounded
children. Individuals.
Yeah.
And like I say, I mean, Kate hasn't gone off. Oh, sorry, Princess of Wales, Catherine. I forgot. I mean, but imagine one of the royal members, so I can call her that. Because she's relative. She hasn't gone off, mouthing off to the press and this, that, and the other. Oh no, it wasn't me. It was her, and it was this, and it was that. No. They've kept a dignified silence, and I love that about them royals. Is that yes, we always want to know what's going on with the royals. We want to know all the ins and outs and the juicy gossip and that. But I think it's more of a mystery and more intriguing when there is that
a little bit of
distance.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the one thing I think Prince William must have been absolutely terrified during this period of Kate's cancer diagnosis, because he's going to have visions of or memories of losing his mother and then thinking, oh my God, my children
and
potentially may not have a mother. Yeah. And also, he may have had a bit of a slight pulling closer to the king, because actually realising what a hard job it was, his father being a single parent and doing the royal public life in the public eye. So I think he may have found a new respect for what his father went through, bringing up two children without their mother. If that makes sense. So I think,
and I know the Queen had a lot to do with their upbringing and that. She was very, under the wing, and Prince Philip. And
William and Harry had female influences. I mean, one that they should have looked to was Princess Anne, because she would have, she's like...
She'd have had no messing. We'd have had none of this shenanigans with Prince Harry. She'd have been, rein it in.
No, and I think losing...
So you said, had a wobble then.
Keep the tiara on.
I nearly fell off my throne.
You did. You nearly de-tiara.
I need to tiara. Oh, Howard.
It's difficult wearing a tiara.
It is. It's not easy, is it?
It's not as easy as it looks.
You have to be aloof.
I used to wear them every day for royal videos. I don't wear them as much now. But when you take them off, you get a faux feeling of the tiara still being there.
So when I go shopping later and I'm doing this, and people are going what is she doing? I'll be like, forgot, I haven't got my tiara.
You almost get a phantom tiara feeling on your head. It's a bit weird. The more you wear them.
Yeah.
I think I wear them more than the actual royals themselves.
You probably do.
How much time have we got left?
How much time?
Oh, I don't know.
I
think we've got about 8 minutes or something. 6, 7 minutes.
6 or 7 minutes.
So,
but who's counting?
I wanted to wrap up with how we think Kate or Catherine is going sort of with the trick, because we don't know a lot of details, and I think, as you said, I think it's right that we have a little bit of distance, and we'll only know updates when they come, when there's something big.
Because it's gone on quite a long time now, hasn't it?
I think it was worse than what we have been led to believe, because it's not been a quick 6-month course of treatment. It has been. I think they had to wait.
Longer, isn't it?
They had to wait for her to get over the surgery before they started. So maybe
after Christmas.
I think it's a lot harder.
And then obviously she's got to give her body to recover from whatever chemotherapy and that and then build herself back up. And I know she's always been really slim, but she was so painfully slim. And I thought, oh, bless her.
Yeah, she was always slender, and she's lost even more weight because of what she's going through. To be fair, I think she's done quite well to have only lost the little bit that she has lost, because I think she could have lost a lot more. I think she has been trying to keep, and she's got the best doctors that money can buy. And I think we'll see her a little bit they're supposed to be possibly recording a new Christmas, the carol service that they do.
Yeah.
I think that is still potentially in the works, but we'll see. So that'd be nice to see her at Christmas.
Yeah. Wonder if we'll be invited.
Oh,
we could go with our Tiara.
We could go with our Tiara.
I could sing Jingle Bells. Oh, Echo Donkey.
Well, at least we're not Harry and Meghan with the chickens.
Oh.
What do you think about those chickens?
Chickens? I don't know. I bet she goes, here, Harry, go out, sort them chickens. Are they...
Oh, no, maybe.
Food.
Maybe she asked him to get a golden goose and he came back with chickens.
With the chickens?
Yes, she wanted the golden goose.
Yeah.
She is like the monster that lives at Beanstalk, isn't she?
She is, yeah.
I'd get my mallet,
my
axe, and I'd chop that beanstalk down.
Oh, I'd get a good chopping. Get a good chopping and make jam out of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, make some jam. Chicken jam.
She can make bean curd.
Oh.
I bet she does things with mung beans that no one's ever even imagined.
Oh.
You can imagine her sat there doing a yoga.
Oh.
With a mung bean.
With a mung bean.
A jar of jam.
Jar of jam.
Oh. Do you know what? I would not pay whatever
Shocking,
it is that she's going to be charging for that jam. I wouldn't pay anything. Do you know?
No.
Her doing her jam has spiked sales of all the royal jams. All the royal jams, like the Highgrove jam, the Buckingham Palace,
Duchy
originals.
Jam. Yeah.
There was a massive uptake in jam from people going against Meghan and buying the royal jam, which I thought was really good.
Why not? Yes,
why not? Royal, buy British, buy royal. Well, we're going to have to tell Camilla because
she likes bananas.
No, well, maybe she.
Yeah, maybe she does. Bananas with a jam. Oh.
Maybe she's good with the banana skills. I don't know. Well, she's kept Charles happy all these years, hasn't she?
She has.
She has. I love that. But no, they are going on tour to Australia.
Oh.
In the autumn. So Camilla famously doesn't like hot countries. She's not a good heat person. She always carries that parasol.
Oh, a parasol,
when she's in the heat. So yeah.
Don't wear blue.
Don't wear blue.
Don't eat bananas.
Miller, don't wear blue.
You'll be bitten.
You will. Just
warning. You've been
told.
I mean?
Like, this is real service and duty because she doesn't complain about all of this, but she just gets on and does all the things that she doesn't want to do.
Yeah. Like, oh gosh.
She'd rather be at home with the dog and hound and a fag, wouldn't she?
Yeah. Yeah. In the chair with a drink.
No, the dog and hound, the horse and hound.
The horse and hound. I'm going to the horse and hound. I'm going to the...
There's a magazine and a copy of Tatler.
I'm going to the horse and hound. Oh, just fill me up. Oh, it looks like a specimen jar.
Oh, it's my carafe. It's my sweet pea carafe.
Is it a specimen jar?
Right, we've got a couple of minutes left, so I think we need to wrap up today's episode.
Yes, yes.
So if you have enjoyed us talking about the royals, do let us know in the comments because, and also, if you have any royal questions that you'd like to ask us, leave them as well. We've also got an email, so if you don't want to leave a comment and you want to ask us something, tell us something, refer us to a link and something to watch, email it to us. It's in our description box below. And we'll get it. And
we will.
We'll see what you guys.
We've got loads of other things that we want to talk about as well.
Absolutely.
And we've got tons. Yes.
We've touched on quite a varied royal topic at the moment, and I'm sure there's things that are going to be happening over the coming week or so that we'll be able to pick up on for a future video. So do let us know.
And I'm going to run out the door pretty quick. So we can't have this back.
Not my priceless tiaras. Do you know what? The cost of these have gone up. Because when I bought these, they were about £25, £30 each. The same tiara now is selling for like 150, 160 quid. I don't know. There's no reason.
I'll be selling it on... what's one of them sites where you sell stuff?
Like eBay or...
Like eBay
Facebook Marketplace.
or some... Yeah.
So actually, these tiaras have been a good investment.
They have. They've gone up, haven't they?
And some of the really big pieces, they're worth a fortune. They really are. So
and we might have to do...
Time.
And the bell goes off. We might have to do maybe a little montage thing that we've maybe got planned.
We'll try different things.
Yeah, because you did try to show me how to twerk when we was outside.
Do you think Camilla and twerks? I don't know. She's on the trend.
She's anything like me, she can't twerk. I mean, you know, it's laughing at my twerk.
Well, Megsy baby, she twerks that way with her.
The
Megsy baby shimmy.
Yeah. She does the grab.
Do the grab. This is her dance movement. You do the Megsy grab.
Megsy grab. Yeah.
It's like the little box called, you know.
Like, hey, Macarena.
Yeah.
Hey, Macarena.
Let's do the Megsy grab. And on that note, we're going to leave it there. So thank you for watching whatever this was. We do appreciate all of your views, all of your likes and shares and comments and all the rest of it.
And if you're a giraffe, be careful because you might get struck by lightning because they're 30 times more likely to get struck by lightning than humans. Yeah, probably because they're tall.
They're higher up, aren't
or
they?
if you're a very, very tall person, just be careful if there's lightning.
Matt better watch out. On that note, we're off. Bye!
Bye! Ring the bell, ding ding!